We all have those bad days where nothing seems to go right. Have you been there? I know I sure have. Now, that's a pretty big challenge to suggest that we can stay positive on a bad day. But here's the thing, learning to do this is critical for not only your personal growth and well-being, but, and this is a big one, if you're in sales and business, we can't afford to take those negative hits and actually stay in that bad day for a long period of time. So in this video, I'm going to explore some tips and practical tactical strategies for staying positive during those bad days. My name is Kevin Yoder, mindset coach and creator of the Inner Game of Achievement. I help people improve their patterns of thought so that they can terminate those limiting beliefs, boost their confidence, and accomplish their most inspiring goals for life and business. Tip number one, focus on the positive. When everything around us seems negative, it's important to shift our attention on the positive aspects of our lives. By focusing on the good rather than the negative, we can train our minds to see the silver lining in every situation. This is a philosophy. If you can adopt this one philosophy, it'll help out with this entire framework of focusing on the positive. The philosophy is that everything is happening for us and not to us. So for you, the personal philosophy would be everything's happening for me and not to me. Now, when we can adopt that philosophy in a belief system, then it allows us to do what Napoleon Hill said. He said that within every apparent failure lies the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So what did he mean by that? He meant that if we believe that everything's happening for us and not to us, it allows us to say, okay, within this thing here that just happened, this bad thing, maybe it's not bad at all. Maybe this challenge is exactly what is supposed to be happening right now because everything's happening for me, not to me. Maybe God said, hey, here, take a look at this thing. I'm going to put this in front of you so that you can overcome this challenge. Do you see that? So everything's happening for us and not to us. And within this thing, there's going to be an equal or greater benefit if we're looking for it. Seek and ye shall find. And so what's a mantra around this focus on the positive? This is one that I use all the time. Everything is always working out for me. Say that enough with emotion and you can feel it viscerally. You can feel a visceral shift in your vibration. You're starting to vibrate positively and your mindset's going to shift. Everything's always working out for me. So tip number one, focus on the positive. Tip number two, practice personal care. Taking care of ourselves is really crucial when we're feeling down. We should take time to do things that actually bring us joy and bring us relaxation, such as reading a book or taking a walk or enjoying a favorite hobby. Let's just take two of these for example. Number one would be reading. So what's important about reading? Well, reading gives us new inputs. It's in the inputs because it gives us new perspectives. The late Wayne Dyer said that change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. What did he mean by that? How do we change the way we look at things? Because we're looking at the thing. It's with a different perspective. And those inputs, when you're reading books like this one here, Napoleon Hill writes about things that would give me, such as, for example, autosuggestion. He said it's the only known method by which we can induce faith or belief. Well, if I'm having a bad day and I read something like autosuggestion from Think and Grow Rich, I'm going to then say, okay, wait a minute. If autosuggestion is the only known method by which I can induce faith, faith is belief, then perhaps I should introduce a mantra or an affirmation right now that's going to change my perspective on this thing that I'm experiencing. Because if I drop in a mantra that I shared with you a minute ago, such as everything's always working out for me, then this thing that I'm experiencing can't be bad because it is by virtue of that belief system right and perfect and a better solution to the thing that I was dealing with. Are you getting this? That's one of the benefits of reading is you're picking up new perspectives. Now, how about the second one? Exercise, moving the body. Take this as a standalone. So for practicing personal care, and we're looking at it as a way to change the mindset when we're having a bad day, this one is a standalone. So is the other one, by the way. Exercise, what does it do? It improves your mood. Bingo, right there. It improves your mood. It boosts your energy. And it promotes better sleep. What about that third one? Have you ever had a night where you sleep 2 hours, 3 hours? How's your next day? How you feeling? You feeling positive? I estimate that when I don't have sleep, I'm probably operating, when I say not enough sleep, sometimes I sleep 4 or 5 hours. That's not going to do it. I estimate I'm operating at about 40 or 50% of my true capacity. That shows up in everything I do. If I'm making videos like this that day, it's likely going to show up. I'm not able to bring this level of energy to this equation, how about my conversations? How about everything? How about my connections? They're not going to quite be the same. So sleep is critical. But when you exercise, you're getting an improved mood, you're getting a boost of energy, which helps drive you to take the actions you need. And then also it helps you get better sleep. All of this is sort of woven together in that practice personal care. If you take this one step, if your things aren't going well, get a lot of sleep, exercise more, and you're going to have more energy. Tip number 3, reach out for support. We don't have to go through these tough times alone or even have a bad day alone. Reaching out to friends or family or even a therapist can provide that support or even encouragement that you need to keep moving forward. So here's the thing, when you get it out on the table, even if you're just writing it out, it doesn't magically disappear because you ignore it. You got to get it out of your brain, out of your lips, and onto the table, either someone listening to you or you can even write it out. And by doing so, this person that's listening to you can also, if it's someone that you trust, and I assume it would be, is you're going to gain new perspectives. Now think about what I just shared with you about perspectives on reading. It's a similar thing because we're running everything through the filter of our paradigm, which controls our perceptions. And so if I'm cramming something through the filter of my paradigm and it's flawed or disempowering, it's clogging the truth. It's like a reality distortion filter. Someone else is not going to view the same thing through the same lens. So they're able to offer you a new perspective, a helpful perspective, one from their vantage point that might just get you unstuck and actually help you begin to see things in a better light. And here's the thing, research, we've already seen this. It actually shows that talking about what's going on, talking about your feelings, talking about what your challenges are actually lowers the intensity. It kind of speaks to what I just said, getting it on the table. And tip number 4, practicing gratitude. We can look in every source, from videos to books to everyone seems to be pointing back to this last thing, which is why I saved it for last. Practice gratitude. Even on our worst days, we can still find things that we can be grateful for. Practicing gratitude by writing down what we're thankful for can help shift our perspective and boost our mood. You notice how many times I've said shift our perspective? Because it really is all about that. Think about that for a minute. It's all about perspective. High, low, up, down, big, small, slow, fast. This is all perspective. And we're looking to shift our perspective, and practicing gratitude helps us do that. Harvard Health says that gratitude helps people feel more positive emotion, relish good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. Don't we think that that's enough reason to pay more attention to this concept, this philosophy, this way of living is actually what it is, of being grateful, of practicing gratitude. Listen, here's the other thing, is you can't be pissed off and grateful simultaneously. Give it a shot. Try it. Be mad, and then also, by the way, be super grateful in your heart for your life, for having air in your lungs, for breathing, for your bones, your muscles, your skin, your cells, your friends, your family, your loved ones, this world that we're living in. See, that is impossible to do. So here are some ways to cultivate gratitude on a regular basis. You can write thank you notes. You just have a stack on your desk and just be intentional about paying attention to things that you want to, people you want to express gratitude to. You can thank someone mentally. In other words, if you don't have time to actually write out a note, just think about it. Just express to them in your mind gratitude. Just say either a prayer or just give them a thought of gratitude. 3 would be keep a gratitude journal. Every day you write in the morning. There's something called a 5-minute journal. Write in the morning and write at night. It takes 5 minutes at night and 5 minutes in the morning. 3 things you're grateful for, what your intentions are for the day, and something that you learned. And then the 4th one would be, of course, prayer or meditation. Getting still and offering either in meditation, no thought whatsoever, or maybe there's a visualization technique you like to do, but offering gratitude and thankfulness towards our Creator and praying and saying that you're grateful for your opportunity to be here and alive, and wonderful things will begin to shift in your experience. By implementing these tips, we can learn how to stay positive on a bad day and grow as individuals and business people. Now, remember, tough times don't last, but our positive attitude can. I'm going to leave you this final tip is, if you think about when people say they have a bad day, I had a bad day. What typically happened was they had a bad moment, or they had a disagreement, or they had an argument, or they had a situation. How many times do you say you had a bad day? Was it the whole day bad? Or was it just an event in the morning that was a 2-minute exchange with somebody, or an event when you were driving your car, or this happened in business or sales and it didn't quite go the way you thought it would, or maybe someone hung up on you, or maybe you didn't get a sales, maybe you weren't able to sign a contract, or the sale didn't happen. But we say things that just don't help don't help this along, which is, I had a bad day. We didn't have a bad day. You had a thing that didn't quite go your way. So going back to what I said, if everything's always working out for you, and if buried within every apparent failure, notice the language, very important there. Mr. Hill gave us that insight. Then it lies the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Then in fact, that wasn't a negative event. It was just an event, absent of any particular good or bad, because everything's always happening for us and not to us. So by adopting that philosophy, we're able to actually not say it was a bad day. Most of the time, we're able not to say it was a bad day. We can just simply acknowledge that one thing didn't quite go as I planned. However, I looked for the seed of an equal or greater benefit, and guess what? I found it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video today. If you want to learn more about these techniques of staying positive, about not saying a bad day, about leaning into gratitude and being able to live this way as a default mode, not just something you heard from this video today, but you want to learn how to be this way, make sure you subscribe to this video. Make sure you like it, and please share it with someone that really needs to hear this information today. Make it a great day.